Hi everybody, this is Debbie at Deb's Thing. I'm going to show you how to make my original design I've called Rows of O's for the obvious, right? It was previewed in part 2 of my introduction to my original designs as 7B. This is just a really simple bracelet to make. I mean, the only difficult part about it is it takes a little bit of time since we are using 7 rows. This is my second 7-row bracelet. I figured while I had them all out I would try another one. Obviously they're all parallel to each other, arrows away from you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So to get started, I'm going to be using the clear bracelet, the clear bands to hold the O's out, and then for the rows, and then the whole borders, and then so there's the clear. And then for my circles, I'm just going to do a random assortment of these colors, all jelly. I think the jellies work really good for this one. It's kind of a fun feel. But if you want to use some of the opaque colors, that's fine. It'd probably be really fun to do a red, white, and blue for the holiday weekend. That would look cute. The really dark jelly, maybe blue, would look really good with this bright, deep red. And then your opaque white, or even possibly the metallic white might look good in there. So I'm using yellow. Which one is this? I think that's turquoise, ocean blue, purple, and the green, and a lime green. So to get started, we are going into the, see, 1, 2, 3. Okay. In the very center, this one right here, drop a clear. Hold on a second, I'm just making my notes. Okay, drop that there for later use as an extension. And then go 1, 2, 3. And then the opposite direction, 1, 2, 3. Now we are going to go up this row. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to go all the way up to the end in this row. All the way up to the end. This row, I'm not going to, show you how to loop them all the way up, since that's as basic as it gets for band placement. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Every other row is the outer ones, of course, for the border, and then skip one and do the 2 that are bordering the center. This center row. Okay, so do these. Let's see, all the way up to the end. These 4 bars. Now that you have these 4 rows filled, which are almost impossible to see there, you can see them a little better with them being clear. We'll wait to do this back row at the end. The next step is another redundant. There's a lot of redundancy in this, but I think it makes for a really fun popping bracelet afterwards. My wrist. I think that's really cute. So now we are going to, on these three posts, bars that, excuse me, do not have any bands going up of them, you're going to not do this row, but the second one up you're going to go all the way up. Well, actually what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing this. So there's one on one side and one on the other. Just keep it consistent. Always go left, right, or right, left. So you're going to be doing this all the way up. These three rows, and then these three rows right here. The center post out to this one, and then the center post out. You're also going to do this all the way up. I don't really think it matters. Let me think here. You know what? I'm going to change it up a little bit just because I like things in order. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. It's not going to make a huge difference really, but I'm going to start in the middle. Decided. Okay. And I'm just going to go all the way up the middle, just like this. Center out, center out. I choose to go from left, center left to center right. Oops. And do that all the way up to the second to the last row of pegs. And then you can go up each side. From center left, center right, center left, center right, go all the way up to the second to the last pegs, and then again on this side, center left, center right, all the way up to the second to last. I think that's pretty easy to do. Just do the center first. I think having these placed down first and then have these on top of it, these right here on top, will just give a more uniform look in the end, even though you can't really tell unless you study it. I'll know. Alright, have fun. Did I fail to mention you're going to need a lot of this base color? I would usually refer to color A and B and C and so forth. I don't think I did here, but yes, you're going to need a lot of these. And I'm sure you figured that out as you went along. I probably should have warned you in case you were running low, but hopefully when you saw the design you realized that, you know, there's a lot of clear bands on this bracelet. So now let's finish up with the clear. We're going to start here and go 1, 2, 3, and then on the other side, start from the out, work your way in, 1, 2, there's a little bit of warping here, but I'm sure there's a better way to hold all these bars together in a 7-bar configuration. I just haven't played around with it enough. Okay, and finally the center one up here, 1, 2, 3 on one side, 1, 2, 3 on the other. This makes the middle one. Just take it, twist it, and then roll it over to make your cap. Or if it's easier, just double it and stretch it across like that. Okay. Save a few of these for the extension later on. So now that we have all that done, we are going to be on this row, and this row, where these two came to, I'm sorry, this row, and this one, the second the 4th, and the 5th. 1, 2, 4. Actually, the ones where I coincidentally have the arrows. How smart of you, Debbie. Subconsciously placing those in such appropriate places. Anyways, we are going to do the capping on all, not the first one and not the last one, but all the ones in between the first and last peg on the 2nd, 4th, and 6th. I'm sorry, 2nd. Yeah, 2, 4, 6. That makes sense, right? And I just find doing it this way easiest, and using these 5 colors, it's going to just be a random placement, so I'm probably going to work going up each row simultaneously, just placing the bands as I see them. If you feel more comfortable, I think you want to place them like this by wrapping around once and drawing it over. Or if you want to twist it and double it like this and pull it over, although I find this, I can just see when I do that, it makes it all twisted and it doesn't really look the way I would like it. So rows 2, 4, and 6, just cap each peg except the top, the first one here, and the last one here. Now that wasn't too hard, it just took a little bit of time, but I think it went fairly quickly. Now looping back, which we'll do now by turning the loom around so those arrows are pointing towards us, is going to be equally as simple. We will start by taking care of the first row here and reach under. It's a little hard because when you're clear there's not a lot of distinction there. So we're just going to loop the 3 out to the left and the 3 out to the right. Make sure you grab that one on the top. Of course there's nothing else under that one, so that one's easy enough. Okay, now that we're done that, we're just going to leave that alone, and we are going to go and loop out to the center of each one of these caps. For me, the one on the left is the one on the top. Use your thumb to hold that cap down. Bring each band out to its home post. You can either go up the row, you can go across like this. Actually, I take that back. I know. I should make these notes in my notes, right? Make note of this in my notes. I'm going to start over and change my plan. That's real easy to back out of that. No big deal. I'm going to do the center first. I'm going to place all the centers. You can either go all the way up like this, do all the lefts, and then all the rights, or you go left, right, left, right. So do that, do your centers until all of them are out like this. And then it doesn't matter, then you can work on your left side. Just a little bit spinning it around like that usually gets them back into place. You know, so you're going to go up this side and then this side. So start with the middle and then work the two sides. And just do that to all the caps. For those of you who are well versed in looming, you probably have this band finished by now. The next obvious step is to bring 1, 2, 3, 4, first, third, fifth, and seventh row of clear, or whatever your A color is, straight up all the way to the end. Okay, I don't think I need to spend too much time just bringing the last one up to here, and then start on your next row, and so on and so forth. Very, very simple. We are almost done. This is the loom with everything done except for these last bands, and then of course putting on the extension. So you might want to push it down, although I don't think it's going to go anywhere. This isn't a super tightly put together bracelet, so you're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then go to this side, 1, 2, and 3. So everything comes to this middle peg right here. I don't think, let me see. Just trying this on. I'd probably just put the standard number of bands you use for extension. I do mine on 2 sides so that the clip is in the middle. So this is my first, and I put a total of 5 on each side, so I'm going to be adding 4 more to this one. So we grab a hold of this right here. Oh, try. It's a slippy one. Okay. So we have a hold of that, and then reach down the center of this peg and grab that band, bring it out around the peg, and then drop the other half onto your hook. Turn the hook upside down, leave a little slack on these loops here, and that will make it very easy for you to pull the band through. Turn it around upside up, put the other half on, turn it upside down, and continue this way. If you would like to make your whole extension on this side, that's fine. As you can see, sometimes I do use my finger to guide it a little bit. And then I put my clip on at this point, holding my fingers inside the band to stretch it out so that the clip pops on nice easily, and it stays on, right? Okay. Make sure it stays on before we take off that. Okay. Now it's time to take the bracelet off. I like to release the tension gently from each side, working my way in. It really seems to keep the bracelets intact as far as the design goes, without any distortion or overstretching the bands. Where there's more, several on one, place your thumb right near that peg. Ouch. And if your fingers start hurting, if you notice I've got something going on with my hands, I think it might be medication related, but it causes a lot of pain, so I like to use the end of a of a crochet hook, or it could be the end of a thin paintbrush or whatever, just to help so your fingers don't have to hit. And I know I missed one here. Doesn't look like it's going to damage the integrity of the bracelet, fortunately, and it's on the back side, so we didn't see that, did we? Oh, that's cute. Looks a little more Eastery than 4th of July, but well, who doesn't like pastels, right? Let me just play around with it if there's any that are a little twisted, and kind of unroll them. So now that we're ready to make the extension, I'm going to place 4 bands with the arrows pointing towards me at this very end bar here. And then I'm going to take my cap, place it on that final peg that has a band on it, pull it over to the next one so that it's out of the way and it's easy to reach in here. I like to keep a finger on top so it doesn't pop off. And then just quickly finish your extension. Now again, I'll switch fingers and hold it down while I release those bands. Find my clip and have it so you know where the open prong part is. Stretch this out and the clip slips right on. And there you have it. Rows of O's. Let's see how this looks. I know I haven't been trying on my bracelets to show you what they look like. I don't have 25-year-old hands anymore, so they look cuter if they had a younger model, but you get the idea. Very cute. If you enjoyed this design, feel free to like it and share it with your friends. And of course, if you want to see more of my original designs, be sure to subscribe to Deb's Thing. Thank you so much for watching.